Zack, Dowdy here, and welcome to a new YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking all about the skateboard community and how skateboarders are essentially using their communities to bring a much more positive environment to their neighborhoods. Community in general is an extension to your family, essentially. For me, the skateboard community was very much my family. It's there for me, higher love. You know, for me, I honestly believe the skateboard community is a lot different than normal community organizations. And I think the reasoning for that is because skateboarders organize out of mutual interest, where a lot of community organizations are built on the foundation of politics or different things that they identify with. So as skateboarders, I think we have an advantage because we just want to take care of each other. Now the reason I wanted to make this video was because last weekend we organized an event in San Diego where skateboarders basically provided the homeless with food and hygienic necessities to get through the current pandemic that we're experiencing right now, as well as just talk with each other and lift each other up. Now I would like to talk about what is working in my skateboard community specifically, and then we'll just talk about skateboarding communities in general. But before we get to that, let's get some cope and grind. Now, unfortunately, my batteries are pretty low, so I'm not able to film too much of today's skate session, but I'm at a frame shop to frame up two of my favorite photos that I acquired recently. Super excited to frame them up and put them in the office. Here's 5 quick ways to find other local skateboarders. 1 being the local skate shop, 2 being the local skate park, 3 being the local skate spot, curb, DIY spot, etc. 4 would be your local media outlet for skateboarding, so whether that's a crew, community page on Facebook, something like that. So your local media outlet that's distributing, the underground people. If there isn't one, we'll get into that later. And 5, the final one would be just searching social media hashtags to find local skateboarders around your area. Now we're going to dig into 5 ways that skateboarders are currently helping their communities. I'd say number 1 is creating foundation and just creating content as well. I think the foundation of community just starts with like-minded individuals and be able to distribute that message. Number 2, I'm going to say giving back, because I think ultimately skateboard communities have to give back. And number 3, I would say, is creating skate safe zones. And what I mean by that, for example, today is Sunday. They do a Slappy Sunday session at a school here in San Diego. A big crew gets there every Sunday and they skate. That's creating a skate safe zone. They took that upon themselves to create that zone. The city didn't give them permission to do that. They just started doing it and it's built momentum, and now they don't get hassled or bothered or anything like that. They can just skate there. So if you're one individual, you can start this by yourself. You can go to curb, skate spot, and you can go there every Friday at 4 o'clock, and you start setting that tone. People will see you, they'll want to join, they'll want to participate, and you can kind of build that foundation, which is good because you need safe skate zones in cities and sort of these scheduled things so that people know they can participate. Number 4 is going to be just setting examples, setting good examples. A good example of setting an example would be the skate park cleanup group here in Southern California. They go to Oceanside, they go to all the skate parks here and basically clean up the skate park. They'd have a whole crew of community together that clean up spots. It's pretty rad. And the great part about that is that people that don't skate, residents, communities, different people from different perspectives and different outlooks see that and they think, well, how can you not support these skateboarders, right? So it's kind of like the kill them with the kindness effect versus just going aggressive like we are skateboarders and we want skate spots. Taking care of your skate spots and showing that and setting that example like the skate park cleanup group is doing here in Southern California, it really encourages city members and different people to have a different outlook on skateboarding, and it also gets your community together and you're being more proactive. So I think that's a really great example of something that you can do in your community. For number 5, I'm going to go with just supporting each other, from travel, food, education, all these different things. That's what the skateboard community really does do. I can give you an example. I was working for the Skateboard Mag at one point and I was offered to go to Malmo. It was an amazing trip to Sweden. I never thought I was even going to go to Europe, and it was just a mind-blowing thing. And I didn't know where I was going to stay or who I was going to stay with or where I was going to go or anything like that. I had a ticket to Europe to go skateboard and film. That's all that mattered to me. So I went and I figured it out, and skateboarders supported me. I went to the local skate park in Malmo, found some locals, and they ended up inviting me over to their house, made dinner, I stayed with them, and then I ended up going on an independent Euro trip, which was amazing. And I guess my point being is that skateboarders have each other's back, and it's important to continue that in the community. So I'll tell you a couple things that I've done in my skateboard community that I think have helped a little bit, and maybe you can apply some of these things to your skateboard community as well. In 2009, I started a skateboard zine called Typical Culture, and the whole objective of Typical Culture was basically just to distribute content from local skateboarders, videographers, and photographers, as well as artists and musicians. The point was to just get all these different creatives a platform to distribute on. And like I said, I started this in 2009. There wasn't a huge social media boom at that point, so now you might have to get more creative, like starting a social media account specifically for your city. But the point being that you want to create these different outlets for your community to distribute their creative expressions on their skateboarding, whether it's an artist or musicians, like all of that together. Because as skateboarders, yes, skateboarding is at its core, but we can also get together with like-minded individuals that are essentially trying to do the same thing. Alright guys, so we talked about communities, what makes skateboard communities, how skateboarders are improving their communities, my community in specific, and we also discussed some actions and steps that you can take personally for your community to build upon the skateboard scene. The message I really want to send right now is that we need to take care of each other, build upon our communities, and get together. But I do hope this video inspired you to get out there and be a little proactive. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, a little different than others. Took a little slower pace. Subscribe if you're not already. See you guys in the next one. MASH!